How were states to be formed? The Constitution sought to balance these compounding claims by providing three lists of subjects: a union list with subjects such as taxes, defense, and foreign affairs, which would be the exclusive responsibility of the center, a state list of subjects such as education and health, which would be taken care of principally by the states, a list under which would come subjects such as forests and agriculture, in which the center and the state would have joint responsibility. Next, constituted assembly concerned language. Many members believed that the English language should leave India with the British rulers. Its place, they argued, should be taken by Hindi. However, those who did not speak Hindi were of a different opinion. Speaking in the assembly, T.T. Krishnamurti conveyed a warning on behalf of people of the South, some of whom threatened to separate from India if Hindi was imposed on them. A compromise was finally arrived at, namely, that while Hindi would be the official language of India, English would be used in the courts, the services, and communications between one state and another. Next, many Indians contributed to the forming of the Constitution, but perhaps the most important role was played by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who was chairman of the drafting committee and under whose supervision the document was finalized. In this final speech to the Constituent Assembly, Dr. Ambedkar pointed out that political democracy had to be accompanied by economic and social democracy, giving the right to vote would not automatically lead to the removal of other, such as between rich and poor or between upper and lower castes. With the new constitution, he said, India was next going to enter into a life of, in politics we will have equality, and in social and economic life we will have inequality. In policies we will be recognizing the principle of one man, one vote, and one value. In our social and economic life, we shall, by reason of our social and economic structure, continue to deny the principle of one man, one value. Next, how were states to be formed? Back in the 1920s, the Indian National Congress, the main party of the freedom struggle, had promised that once the country won independence, each major group would have its own province. However, after independence, the Congress did not take any step to honor this promise, for India had been divided on this basis of religion. The wishes and efforts of Mahatma Gandhi, freedom had come not to one nation but to Two, as a result of the partition of India, more than a million people had been killed in riots between Hindus and Muslims. Could the country afford further divisions on the basis of language? Next, both Prime Minister Nehru and Deputy Prime Minister Vallabhbhai Patel were against the creation of states after the partition. Nehru said tendencies had come to the fore to check them. The nation had to be strong and united, or as Patel put it, next, the first and last need of India at this present moment is that it should be made a nation. Everything which helps the growth of nationalism has to go forward, and everything which throws in its way has to be rejected. We have applied this test to provinces also, and by this test, in our opinion, they cannot be supported. Next, that the Congress leaders would now go back on their promise created great disappointment. The Kannada speakers, Malayalam speakers, the Marathi speakers, and all looked forward to having their own state. The strongest protest, however, came from the Telugu speaking districts of what was the Madras Presidency. When Nehru went to campaign there during the general election of 1952, he was met with black flags and slogans demanding "We want Andhra." In October of that year, a veteran Gandhian named Poti Siramulu went on a hunger strike demanding the formation of Andhra state to protect the interests to Telugu speakers. As the fest went on, it attracted much support. Harotals and bandhans were observed in many towns. Next, on 15 December 1952, 58 days into his fast, Poti Sirumulu died. As a newspaper put it, the news of the passing away of Srimulu influenced entire Andhra and South. The protests were so intense that the central government was forced to give in to the demand. Thus, on 1st October 1953, this new state of Andhra came into being, which subsequently became Andhra Pradesh. Next, after the creation of Andhra, other communities also demanded their own separate states. A states Reorganizations Commission was set up, which submitted its report in 1956, recommending the redrawing of districts at provincial boundaries to form compact province of Assamese, Bengalis, Oriya, Tamili, Malayalam, Kannada, and Telugu speakers respectively. Next, the large Hindi speaking region of North India was also to be broken up into several states. A little later, in 1916, the state of Bombay was divided into separate states for Marathi and Gujarati speakers. In 1966, in state of Punjab was also divided into Punjab and Haryana. The former of the Punjabi speakers who were also mostly Sikhs, the latter for the rest who spoke not Punjabi but variation of Haryanvi or Hindi. Next, stop.